Hello, welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd film a little extra video for everyone today. I'm planning to start a new kit today. It's this Art Deco style chameleon design by the designer StitchingLand. I bought this from 5stitch, you can see that at the top there. And I thought that it would be good to show you all how I log my projects in my stitching journal, this notebook here. So I'm going to swap the camera around and open this up and show you what some previous project logs look like, and also we'll write down the new entry for this new start together. Okay, so let's take a look through my stitching journal. I am a little bit old-fashioned. I do still keep everything on paper. I don't really use digital trackers. I did have a tracking app that I was using when I picked up stitching again last year, but I don't know. I don't know. I like paper. I keep all of my personal notes and to-do lists and journals on paper, so this felt natural for me. So I use a Midori branded A5 dot gridded notebook. They're a Japanese brand. I love their stationery. I think it's very high quality. I will link this notebook in the description so that you can check it out if you like the look of it. But yeah, I've got a couple of projects in here already. I only started this recently because yeah, I hadn't really been tracking my projects, and I thought it'd be a nice way to sort of keep track of things. So this is one that I'm currently still working on. I actually finished one last night, so maybe we can take a look at this finished entry and go through what I like to capture in my stitching journal. Obviously, you can customize this to, you know, whatever you like to capture, whatever you want to log, whatever you want to leave out, you can leave out. It's not really an issue. So this is the entry for the Psyduck kit that I completed by Painting Fairy. I actually completed it last night. It's called Duck on the website, so I've just logged the name of the kit there verbatim so that I can look it up again if I want to in future. It's a kit by Painting Fairy, so I've popped that there. I started it on the 6th of June 2026 and I finished it on the 10th of June 2026. So you can tell I stitched quite hard on this one. We had a long weekend here in Australia just this past week, so I had a lot of stitching time. I haven't turned it into a fully finished object yet, but I have put a space here for the date that I do that. I've noted the fabric, so in this case, pardon me, it's a pre-stamped 14 count Ida white. So the Painting Fairy kits are stamped kits, so that's that fabric there. Obviously, if you were using your own fabric like a linen or whatever, you would mark the count, maybe the brand. If you've got hand dyed, you would mark maybe the creator who dyed it. The threads, so it's the Egyptian cotton fairy floss that came with the kit, and I also note the number of strands I'm using. So this is 2 strands. The size of the piece, so 57 stitches wide by 69 stitches high. Total number of colors is 22. I did make a small mistake here. This is what they had on the listing on the website, but I think 3 of those colors are blends, so it's actually closer to 19 full colors, but depending on how you want to log things, you can customize that to your needs. I've got the coverage, so this one was a partial. The seller was Painting Fairy. I've logged the price that I purchased it at, so $5.88 Australian. The date that it was purchased and the date that I received it. Obviously, you know, this is mostly applicable for fully formed kits, like a whole kit you would purchase with everything included. If you're purchasing supplies separately or you're pulling stuff from your stash to start a project, this obviously won't really apply. And then I've also just marked upon finishing the project how difficult I found it and how enjoyable I found it. So I've given this a 3 out of 5 for difficulty and an enjoyment of a 4 out of 5. The difficulty there was just because some of the quarter stitches were a little bit tricky to do on that specific Ida fabric, but otherwise it was pretty good. And then I've just got a section at the bottom here for notes. I just think it's nice to have a space to jot down anything that stands out to you about the project. And then on the facing page, my plan is to paste in a photograph of the finished project once I take one and print it out. So yeah, that's the rough layout. That's sort of everything that I capture. I'm thinking what we might do now is log in the new project that I want to start together. So I'll turn this over. Let me grab my pen and the kit. So just a reminder, it's this chameleon kit from 5 Stitch that I'll be logging today. So pop that aside. So this is called Chameleon. So we've got the title there. The designer is by StitchingLand. And then I usually just flick back and forth to refer to the format that I use. So started and finish dates and FFO. So this will be started. I do use a pink pen just for the labels and a black pen just for the text. That's a personal preference, but you can design this however you like. Finished. And then FFO will go here when I turn it into something. If I turn it into something, I'm a bit slack with that. The fabric. Threads. Sorry about any shaking. I am bumping the desk a little as I do this. We need the size and the number of colors next. And again, you could include blends in the total number if you want to. Coverage. The seller and the price that I purchased it at. Purchased on and received on. So this is a pre-purchased kit. So I will note these things down. Just because I find it interesting, you know, tracking the shipping time. It can sometimes help me plan projects a little bit better in future if I'm waiting on a kit. Difficulty and enjoyment, that'll be filled out at the end. Hopefully you can read my handwriting okay. And then notes at the very bottom there. Okay, so we can start filling this out now. So I will be starting this one today after work. So it's currently the 11th of June, 2026. Obviously we'll fill those in later. The fabric is a 16 count pre-stamped white Ida. The threads are the Egyptian cotton, which is the fairy floss. So it's manufactured by Painting Fairy. All of 5 Stitch kits, all of the 5 Stitch kits are printed by Painting Fairy and use their floss. What else? Oh, and it's 2 strands. Full cross. The size is 150 by 150 stitches. The number of colors, I'm not actually sure. Let's take a look. It says 1 floss card, it's 30 to a card, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 total colors. And there's no blends in this one, so it's all just single color full stitch. This is technically a partial, but it's one of those funny cases where it's like, technically it's a partial because it's a circle, but like within the circle it's a full coverage. So I don't know, technically a partial. I'm noting it down as a partial. You also don't have to note down whether it's a partial or not if you don't want to. It's pretty obvious for some patterns, but not so much for some others. Like the animals one I've been working on, it's like full coverage, but then there's gaps in the Ida. You use a white cloth to stitch on, which is like the clouds on the background globe. So the seller for this is 5-stitch. The price that I purchased it at, I did note this down in my notes over here. Where is that? I paid $39.52 AUD. Fantastic. So I purchased this on the 25th of May, 2026. I received it on the 9th of the 6th, 2026. And then these last few areas, like obviously difficulty and enjoyment, I'll rate once I finish the project, and notes I will fill in as I go. I'll just make a note here. This is my first kit from 5-stitch. And there we go. Cool, so that's the entry all filled out. Obviously I'll come back in and take notes as I need to, and once I finish it and fully finish it, I'll pop the dates down there once the project is finished. I was thinking I'll either take a picture of the finished project, or the other thing I could do is, a lot of these patterns come with like a front page rendering, and there's nothing on the back of this page, so I could probably just cut this out and stick it in. I'm just not sure. I typically keep my patterns once I finish my stamped cross stitches and my counted cross stitches. I keep them all in a folder. So I might want to keep that cover page just to identify what the design is, but either way, I can stick a picture into this facing page once that's done. So that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know how you keep track of your stitching, because I'm very curious about the different apps that are out there, or different tracking journaling apps that you might use. Again, I'm maybe a bit of a Luddite. I like pen and paper. I like the tactile feel. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.